AMD dropping the price on their big boy, the ROG Ally, having some big repairability, and the low boys, the small little GPUs, man, the feisty fight's coming to you. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Monday, June 26, 2023. Before we get into it, I just want to mention that this is going to be a crazy week for us. We got a lot going on. I'm going to be in the hospital with my son for the next couple of days. I don't know what's going to be going on with hot news during that time. I know that the comments are going to be like, don't worry about us, Brett, just take care of your family. I get it. It's not, I don't feel under obligation to you guys to have to release videos. This is my job. We'll see how it goes.
It's gonna be that one guy who's gonna tweet at you.
But let's start off talking about something that this guy's supposed to be doing with UFD Deals, and that's talking about price drops on GPUs, because this is so good, it has to be the first thing I talk about. The 7900 XT has hit its lowest price ever over at Micro Center. You can see that if you go to check it out, it has you add to cart to see price, which means it's a very good deal. They're not allowed to show it off. And then you add it to the cart and you find out it is $699.
Which is wild.
That is $200 off on a card. That makes it actually really worth it. I enjoy that price a lot. Now, the only problem with that is this is not being found anywhere besides Micro Center at the current moment, so you have to physically go into stores in order to do that, which, surprise, we're going this Thursday. Woo! We're going to Micro Center, baby, because we're gonna pick up the RTX 4060 there when they launch it. I'm excited for it. You excited for it?
My first Micro Center.
Your first Micro Center trip. We're gonna be doing it. I'm happy.
I'm excited.
Woo! I don't know if we'll pick up a 7900 XT or if this stock will last, because there's two in stock, and at that price, people should be buying them. It's either for this Hellhound version, but I've also seen that the Founders Edition reference card that AMD has is also going for $699. It's a good price. I like it a lot. And you know what else we like a lot? Today's video sponsor.
Big surprise, it's Reece doing the ad spot thing today because I have a lot to say about GroveMade. Sydney messaged me asking if I like to work with them, not knowing that I actually had a bunch of GroveMade products already. I'm a huge fan of the merino wool lineup of desk pads, so I ended up getting an even bigger one, as you'll see. And in case you were wondering, the original one I bought back in 2020 is still holding up beautifully. Thanks to GroveMade, I got to add in a lot of finishing touches to my desk setup, such as these maple pen cups and planters, as well as the perfect stand to put my iPad on while I'm working. I also grabbed their beautiful silver slim notepad and maple keyboard tray, which both look absolutely gorgeous. And don't forget, their products come in a variety of colors, available in either wool or leather, with wood options being maple or walnut for most products. New customers also receive a 10% discount when using the promo code UFDTech, so if you're looking for a solid place to start, definitely grab one of their desk mats as a solid anchor point for a great desk setup. This has been a Reece approved message.
You know what would go really well with that GroveMade stuff you got going there, Reece?
What?
A Phoenix laptop from AMD. Except for you couldn't get driver support.
Ugh.
Turns out that AMD announced these laptops at CES and then decided, hey, we're not gonna launch them in March like we said. We're gonna launch them technically at the end of May, but even here in June, you're not really finding a whole lot of them. And on top of that, they don't have official driver support yet.
Great stuff.
So if you look at AMD's driver support for 7000 series laptops, what you'll find is Dragon Range, which is their flagship stuff, has drivers, but not their lower end Phoenix stuff. So you're just completely stuck on using old drivers from everybody else's chipsets rather than the one that's actually made for you. Now, this is not the first time recently that we've had a whole hullabaloo with AMD's driver situation. You might remember that RDNA 3 got months of updates while they just left the RX 6000 series waiting in the dust for 2 months straight. Even when new games were launching, they needed patches and they weren't actually bringing it out in some driver updates. It was a rough situation.
Yeah, who needs drivers anyway?
You're right. We should trust Elon for full self-driving.
Whole thing.
The whole thing. And maybe we should trust Asus just a little more. I know, especially after the BIOS stuff, it's been a pretty bad, but turns out that the ROG Ally has a lot of features that the Steam Deck had, namely in repairability, and it actually goes above and beyond in certain regards. It is technically more accessible for repair than the Steam Deck is, because they didn't glue down the battery. You can watch this iFixit teardown in case you're interested with that, but the battery removal isn't glued down. You just unscrew it and take it out, which is different than the Steam Deck. And then when you look at something like the joysticks are able to be taken out, but then also disassembled so that you can replace certain parts of the joystick.
Okay.
So this is getting significantly better than the Steam Deck in that regard. The battery is probably one of the worst things on the Steam Deck to take out of that device. Asus is doing a little bit better. However, you will notice that the iFixit teardown guide is named with a big but, and that is simply the fact that Asus has not committed to offer repairable parts. So Valve partnered with iFixit to give you the things that you need to do screen replacements and everything else. Asus isn't doing that just yet, so hopefully we can put some public pressure on them to do that, because that would make the ROG Ally just yet again another step above what Valve has done with the Steam Deck. Performance, screen, price point being so incredible, and then also being incredibly repairable. That's a device that should exist.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. And cheers to deals.
Woo! What's up, nerds? Future Reece here. Welcome back to UFD Deals, bringing the hottest tech deals out on the internet. And first up, we have the Summer AR01 RGB BK dual tempered glass micro ADX case, going for only $64.94, making it $20.05 off. And yes, I only put it in there because it looks really cool, and it's $69. But then next up, we have the HP Victus 16.1-inch laptop with a 144Hz screen, an Intel Core i5-11400H, an NVIDIA RTX 3050 Ti, 8 gigs of DDR4, and a 512 gig SSD, going for only $389.49, making it $467.50 off. This isn't even an affiliate deal. I could not show you guys this deal. And with both deals looking super clean, don't forget you can check out GroveMade for their super clean desk accessories. New customers can use code UFDTech for 10% off. Pick up a desk shelf, a desk pad, whatever. Links to all this and more will be in the video description down below. But until next time, I'm gonna hand you off back to past Reece and Brett for the rest of your hot news. Cheers.
We're recording those deals in the future, which is exactly what YouTube wants us to look towards when it comes to all of the features that they're going to be launching on the website, because they had VidCon recently where they discussed a whole sweeping plan setup that they have for YouTubers, including automatically dubbing videos in other languages. So currently, YouTube can provide subtitles for creators. You have to be to a certain size for them to actually automatically do it, but you can do it in multiple languages. This, with a company called Allowed, which was something developed by Google at one of their incubators, would actually automatically dub your videos into foreign languages. So they're gonna start off with Portuguese and Spanish with a small subsect of creators, but then roll it out to more and more people.
That is so cool.
This is incredible.
Whoa.
I've been looking into this for hot news because I want to make this show a little bit more accessible. However, in order to get AI to dub it for you, it is like it would be cheaper to hire somebody to do it than to actually use some of these AI services that are out there, and they're not actually all that very good either. Like, we're talking thousands of dollars a month in order to produce all of the episodes we do of hot news. But if YouTube has this automatically baked in, potentially for larger creators, because I'm sure there's a lot of processing costs with this, that would be fantastic. I want to ask y'all in the audience, what languages would you like to see hot news in? Sound off down below.
Afrikaans.
No. I'm sorry, no. Even when it comes to like language learning apps, Afrikaans is like nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
I think we celebrated the day that Zulu got it added to Rosetta Stone. That was fun. And there's like a couple Zulu resources on Duolingo, but they partnered with like an African company to make it. They didn't do it themselves. It's a whole thing.
Afrikaans.
No. Spanish, Hindi, German, British.
British, yeah. Checks out.
But that's not the only things that are coming to YouTube. They have also announced that there should be A/B thumbnail testing, where YouTubers such as ourselves can add multiple thumbnails and you get to see which one you want to pick. But they're also bringing back Google Stadia into YouTube. You ready for this, Reece? They're announcing that they're gonna have mini playable games within YouTube itself so that you can play online games. The only thing is that this is probably gonna be more like cool math games, like Flash-based stuff, than anything that's closer to Stadia. But Google did have a gaming service.
Bring back my Cyberpunk. I need my save games back.
Did you not transfer them?
No!
Reece!
I was in SA, I couldn't access Stadia anymore.
Oh no! Oh my goodness, that's a rough situation, which is also what it looks like AMD's gotten themselves into, because we get new leaked benchmarks of the RTX 4060, which again releases this coming Thursday, which again, Reece, you want to go pick one up? Do you want to pick one up and then also give one away?
Yeah!
We'll do that over on our Twitch stream. We'll give away an RTX 4060 this coming Thursday, provided there's enough stock. because the benchmark's coming out. Oh boy! So according to some 3D Mark benchmarks, the 4060 should be about between 20 and 30% faster than the RTX 3060 12GB and about 30 to 60% faster than the RTX 3060 8GB. So the 8GB model is more directly comparable to where the 4060 is because it has 8GB of VRAM, and this thing just slaps it out of the water like an unperturbed fish. And the 4060, if you look at these 3D Mark scores, definitely beats out the RX 7600, which might be on the cards because what we're seeing is that other retailers are dropping the RX 7600 at least a scoochy bit. You can find at 7600 right now over on Amazon for $250, which isn't the largest of discounts, but it does give it more breathing room with regards to the RTX 4060 that's going to be coming out for $299, which means that the 4060 is going to be 20% more than this guy, but it's also going to deliver about 20% better performance. I think the $250 price point for the 7600 makes sense. Let me know what you think of the RTX 4060. Do you like the price? Would you like one for free? Yeah. Would you like to go to the Micro Center?
I would.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens because I got to go to the hospital now with my son. I'll be back at some point. We'll see how Hot News is. I don't know. My life is crazy sometimes.
It gets busy.
You busy.
I'm busy.
Okay, bye.
Bye.